Hello everyone, this is Luca, Crystal Moore Healing. Today I wanted to talk about a subject that a lot of people might actually realize, but they might not be so prepared to talk about. And I thought it'd be a little bit fun to share my experience on this, as always on this channel, even though I haven't done many videos recently. I always bring my experience, and I feel that rather than taking information from other people, I express and bring what I experienced myself, which hopefully will help others that are going through the same journey. Today I wanted to talk about symbols and Reiki. Reiki has, just like many other healing techniques, they've got many symbols, and each one sort of has a function within itself. So for instance, you would pick a particular symbol for healing of trauma, past lives, or you might have a symbol for amplifying the energy or clearing negative energy, for instance. And each one, as I said, is sort of labeled in his own way, that it provides a certain support and help with a specific thing that we want to work with. And that's all excellent. It's really good. But I wanted to share a fun experience really I had at the very beginning myself, when I started doing Reiki, which is 4 or 5 years ago. And particularly when I was sending distant healing. Some of you that might have done Reiki yourself, you would know there's a symbol for sending distant healing. And at the very beginning I was very careful how I drew that symbol. I made sure I did it 3 times. I did it exactly as the book showed, the manual was given. I paid so much attention to the detail, and perhaps didn't focus so much on the intention of what I wanted to do, but nonetheless that was my journey and that moment in time. So I put so much effort in trying to get that absolutely right, because I felt that was absolutely needed for me to do what I wanted to do, which is send some distant healing to some friends and clients. And so that's what I did. And then one day I thought, well, I wonder if I just maybe not use the symbol, and if I just work with my heart, my intention, my what I feel is right. And sure enough, I managed to send that healing. And not just obviously trying myself, but sensitive people that I was working with, they all confirmed there's been absolutely no change in that. And I thought, well, that's really interesting, because obviously symbols are used, as I said, in so many ways, in so many healing techniques. So why would we want to still have this? And in some respect, I went on my own discovery journey. I still continued using the symbols where I felt it was right. And I should say that there is no right or wrong. I'm not making this video to say to people what they should be doing. I actually feel that people should work with these energies and see what resonates with them, work in the way that feels right to them. There is no right or wrong. And we, just like all the tools we use, people work best with certain tools than compared to other people. So in no way you should watch this video and stop using symbols. But please do, if you can, wait for a few more minutes while I get to the end of this video and tell you what my experience is overall. So yes, I was very surprised when I was able to send the healing, even if I didn't use the symbol. And then I really realized how important the intention was behind the action. That especially when it is a cohesive intention, really focused from the heart, then it really works. Okay, so I should also say that symbols are so much more than what we perceive they are. So as I said earlier, we might have a symbol for distant healing, but actually those symbols hold a consciousness. there's so much more than what we realize. And in fact, you can meditate with these symbols, you can work with these symbols. And interestingly, just to share, I do past life regressions, and in one regression, the client actually saw themselves as a symbol themselves, which was amazing. And they described how they felt, the energy they had, what they helped with, and it was just incredible. But in no way it was limiting to a specific thing. It was forever changing, forever evolving, never staying the same, always expanding, which is in some respect, well, exactly like ourselves. We're always expanding and learning, and so are symbols. So nothing ever stays the same. So these symbols also evolve. The more we work with them, the more they will learn and evolve themselves and discover gifts about themselves. And I've got a couple of instances here of different symbols that a lot of people might be familiar with. This is the flower of life. So a lot of people be familiar with this. Okay, I actually use this symbol in one of my charging plates. So I put crystals on top of this charging plate after I've worked with the crystals, if I'm doing healings, or if I feel that the crystal needs charging up. And this also clears the energy here in my healing room. It keeps the energy high. And you can really feel it if you put your hand on top of it. You can feel the energy, not just of the orgonite, but also of the symbol itself. And then I thought I should bring also, as I was talking about evolution of symbols, I feel that the lotus flower of life, for me, that's just how it feels. I mean, everyone is open to have their own interpretation of it. When I look at the two symbols side by side, I personally feel that the lotus one, this one, has more of a flow. So it's almost like the flower, conventional flower of life. That's almost like if we see like a 3D version of this, although it represents creation itself. So it's sacred and it's beautiful and is in no way less than the other one, than the lotus flower, which for me is more like of a 5D or a higher frequency. And you can see how this flows. And then when you start working with these symbols, they shift from a two-dimensional sheet image, and they start becoming 3D and 4D, and they themselves evolve, and they work always on expansion, just like ourselves. So symbols hold a consciousness, and they too evolve just like we do. They never stay the same. So we should be very careful at labeling them. We should understand what they what they bring, and how we can work with them, definitely. But I personally feel that maybe we shouldn't label them just for one thing or a number of things, but they too can do so much more. And like I said, they are evolving and expanding. For instance, it will be like saying that because I'm Italian, I know how to make pizza. So every time you need me to help you with pizza, I'll come along. But do you know what? I can do so much more. I'm a great swimmer. I can play badminton. So there's so much more that ourselves we can do, and I don't feel we should limit the symbols, but work with them and understand that. And in fact, as I do readings, I'll probably do a reading with these symbols, maybe these two in particular, and try and bring some messages as to what they have to say about this very topic, which I feel it will open the awareness of many of us working with these symbols, and it will help us to really tap into more gifts and more things about these symbols and ourselves expanding in some ways. Very much I would say that the intention, so going back to my very first question, using crystals, using sorry, symbols with Reiki, do we need to do that? I would say, as I said earlier, subjective. Do what feels right, but symbols, they're like a gateway. They are a portal, and they help you to focus that intention. The intention is key. The symbol helps you to focus that and bring that into manifestation very easily, very easily. So I would say that that's definitely helpful for in most instances. But be open to the understanding that there is so much more than just what we perceive. And when you really, really work with these energies, they will surprise you, because they will bring beautiful gifts, not just the discovery of this, but also within yourself. And yeah, don't limit yourself. As I was doing myself, I felt that unless I did something specifically, absolutely spot on, I limited myself, and I feel that as a result of that, I have learned to trust myself more, trust my intuition and what I feel, and what I feel is right. So following my heart. But really, it's a journey of discovery. So there is no right or wrong. Just do what feels right. And yes, and if you got any messages, anything you want to share, your experience on this, I'd love to hear it. There is obviously so much more about this topic, but I wanted to keep it to a short 10-minute video just over that. But thank you for listening, and lots of love to all of you.